and welcome to Chicago Style Eats. I'm Tony.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we're your guides on a tour of satisfying dishes born in and made famous by Chicago.
We recently discovered this book, Made in Chicago, Stories Behind 30 Great Hometown Bites by David Hammond and Monica Ng, published by Three Fields Books, which reveals the facts, funny stories, and lore about the hearty comfort foods our city is known for.
It covers the best-known local menu items such as thick, cheesy, deep dish pizza, the juicy, meaty Italian beef sandwich, and, of course, the ubiquitous dragged through the garden Chicago dog.
But it also explores the deep cultural history of this town and how people of every ethnic background innovated, sometimes out of the instinct to survive hard times, sometimes to fill a niche, and invented hearty bites that came to be known as Chicago's own.
In addition to the old Chicago standbys, the book showcases many other Chicago-born dishes we did not know about.
So we thought it would be fun to experience all these dishes around the city, and we wanted to share all of them with you.
So, take a seat. Chicago Style Eats, coming right up. So this episode is about something that I didn't even know was a Chicago style thing, the bone-in pork chop sandwich. And people wonder why bone in a sandwich? Why would you leave the bone in a sandwich? And a lot of people think that, for a cut of meat, like a steak, a ribeye steak, or pork chop, it's better to leave the bone on. It gives more flavor. And I guess the jury's out on that. But
or it's to get dental work. The dentists are promoting it for dental work.
Yeah. Bite into this? Anyway, so, but it's also possibly just less work for the guys at the restaurant. You have your pork chops. You get your pork chop from your supplier, and you just slap them on a bun, or cook them first, and slap them on a bun and serve it.
Yeah, it's quicker than having to cut the bone off.
Just have to,
So that saves time and money.
Probably have a disclaimer saying, there's a bone in this sandwich.
It's pretty obvious. It says bone in.
Yeah. So,
so we went to Jim's Maxwell Street Polish, which is at 1250 South Union. That's where the original bone-in pork chop sandwich was invented.
Yep. And Maxwell Street, anybody who not from the city might not know what Maxwell, when you say a Maxwell Street Polish means. Maxwell Street was a thriving little open-air market, probably as early as the late 19-teens, early 1920s through the 1970s, until it was condemned by the mayor in the early 70s, Mayor Richard J. Daley. The area was kind of run down, but it was a thriving business, like I said, open-air market. But it was condemned and torn down for redevelopment. And only a few restaurants from that area survived. And Jim's original Maxwell Street Polish is one of them. They just moved around the corner.
Yeah.
To Union Street. And they've been, Jim's Original has been around since 1939. So that's where we chose to go. There are several other places in the city that serve a bone-in pork chop sandwich, and we decided to go there.
It's basically a restaurant with no place to sit. You walk up on the sidewalk to a counter, and there are 2 windows for ordering and 2 windows for paying. And you just walk up, tell them your order. They only have 5 things to order, basically. And then you wait, and they call you and say, it's ready. But the warning is that it is very messy. There's no place to eat it. You either take it home or you eat it in your car. But when there's better weather, other than our 22-degree weather that we had, there are a lot of people will come and just eat the sandwich on the hood of their car and just hang out on Union Street. It's a one-way street, so it does kind of make it easy for that.
I sampled the sandwich in the car. You didn't want to have the sandwich.
Yeah, he's a goat, and I don't mean greatest of all time. I just mean that he'll eat anything, and I'm not somebody who eats anything, so he's pretty much the one who does most of the food sampling.
Yeah, the important thing is to find the bone, because you don't want to be chomping. Oh, you threw a pepper in there. I said no peppers. That's more than a sport pepper, but anyway. All right, where's the bone? Oh, there it is.
We don't know where the bone is.
There it is. Got the bone.
We found the bone.
All right, so it's got grilled onions on it, and mustard, and pork chop. That's it. So
It smells really good.
it does.
I mean, really smells good. It's the grilled onions that smell so good.
Oh, it's a mess. Did they give us napkins?
Yeah, they're right underneath your hand on the tray.
Oh. All right. So it's a very savory flavor, and because of the onions and the mustard. Nice and hot. Pork is nice and tender.
Is the pork seasoned nicely, or is it basically just the onions?
Can't tell. I taste mustard and onions, and then the pork is like, I'm sure it's in there as a flavor, but it's more a texture right now. The pork chop is brined, so that's how they keep it tender, at least here at Jim's. And so it's a subtle flavor in the sandwich. When you get a nice big chunk of it, you can taste it, but otherwise it's mostly it's powered by the onion and the mustard. So.
And are the onions soft, or are they a little bit crunchy?
So they're a little bit crunchy. So yeah, they're not like in the Big Baby. Those onions were completely melt in your mouth. These have a little bit of crunch to them. They are grilled, but they have a little bit of crunch to them.
The bone-in pork chop sandwich can be found at Jim's Original, where they invented it, at 1250 South Union. Also, Express Grill, which is literally about 30 feet down the street, at 1260 South Union. And then finally, another suggestion from the book was the original Maxwell Street, which is at 3801 West Harrison. So please enjoy.
Did you like this episode? Click the thumbs up icon below. Don't like it? Let us know in the comments what might make it better. Yeah, we're a little stiff on camera. We're working on it. Want to see more Chicago-style eats? Click the subscribe button below to get alerts when we drop a new episode. Thanks for watching.